Hello, Seiiti Arata. Today I'm going to be giving you the easiest way to achieve your business goals. Let me explain what I mean with easy. First, we need to clarify what your business goal actually is. Did you start your business, make a few sales, but now your profit is declining? Are you overwhelmed with work? You need to hire assistants, but you find it difficult to trust someone to do it right. These are clear, specific goals. So take a moment to think about your own business goal. What exactly do you need to fix or improve? Now that you have your goal in mind, let's talk about the easiest way for you to achieve it. Think about how much time you've already spent trying to figure things out on your own. Now, what if instead of struggling alone, you could learn directly from people who have already been through the same challenges? Do you understand what will happen when you connect with people who have solved the problems that you are facing right now? You won't be guessing or making unnecessary mistakes anymore. You get advice, direct advice from people with practical solutions, people who already know what works. And this will save you time and give you a much more clear path to the success that you want to reach. Because success is not something to achieve by working alone. Do you think you can reach your goals without help? The most successful people don't do it alone. They build networks and partnerships. They surround themselves with people who push them, who challenge them, who hold them accountable. And this is not optional if you want to get ahead. This is a requirement. If you want faster results, you must start meeting regularly with people who are at the same level of you or higher. This is how you get access to the knowledge, to the resources that you need. You know what holds people back? Fear. Fear of failure, fear of mistakes, fear of asking for help. When you're part of a group that has faced the same challenges, fear becomes easier to manage. You're not handling it alone. You have a group who helps you with guidance and support and makes it easier for you to move around. You start solving problems faster because you're learning from people who already know what works and what doesn't. You will build a community based on learning and growth and accountability. When you're around people sharing proven methods for offering real solutions, success becomes much more achievable. You reach your goals faster because now you're no longer trying to figure it out alone. You're using the experience of other people who have already been through all of that. They have already succeeded. So your group has to be organized. Otherwise, it's just small talk. Once you've gathered a group of driven people, the next step is to organize it for your collaboration. One of the most effective ways to do this is by setting out a success roundtable. This concept is very simple. You just need to meet people with similar goals, but maybe they come from different industries, different backgrounds, that's okay. But every meeting is about sharing something that is working for one person. So then you have a wide variety of experiences. Otherwise, it just becomes a small talk. This is about sharing strategies that are driving results, and then you can apply it immediately. In the group that I coordinate at Arata Academy, one of the rules is that small talk is forbidden. Everybody's time is highly valued. We make a commitment to only talk about practical, actual, valuable solutions. There are multiple formats you can use for this. Let me just give you an example to illustrate. You can meet once a month. During each session, every single person must share one effective tactic that they've been using recently. One person might introduce some tool that increases their productivity. Somebody else might share how they're streamlining their workflow so they cut out distractions. These sessions will focus on specific tips that you can use and start right away. The value here is learning from real experiences, so you avoid common mistakes and then you can accelerate your own progress. To make these meetings more meaningful, you can also use the hot seat strategy. For each meeting, there will be one person able to present their current challenge and share what's holding them back. For example, imagine Bob saying that he has a small business with a difficulty to retain customers. He will explain his situation and then the group will offer insights. But there is one rule. Only people who have already done something in real life can speak up. For example, if Lucy only learned about customer retention by a book or a video, she should be quiet. She should allow other people with experience to talk. If Alice solved an issue 2 years ago with retargeting customers, with remarketing, with an email list, then she can share that with everybody. If Peter tried to use loyalty cards, but that didn't bring results, he should also share what went wrong. So the point here is to be talking about success and failures, both, but in real life, not in theory. This will allow the group to avoid talking about untested ideas, only something that works in practice. You can start with 5 to 8 people in your group, people who are serious about their growth, people who can make valuable insights. Make sure that they are in similar levels of commitment in their fields. Set a regular schedule, can be weekly, can be monthly. And in each meeting, you have to share half of the time for the best practices and half of the time, the second half, for the hot seat. And one person will present their challenge and then the group will be helping to find real solutions. And as you do this, as you progress, your approach will be building more trust, more accountability. Because then you know when you need honest feedback, you can get it. The group will also know that you're helping them. For this system to work, commitment and consistency are key. Everybody has to be prepared. They have to share openly. They have to take the advice of the group seriously, and then the benefits will compound. Collaboration, therefore, is the easy mode. Collaboration will multiply what each individual brings to the table. Collaboration is the easiest way for you to achieve your goals, but that doesn't mean that it's the fastest or the cheapest. Sometimes working with other people will require an investment, whether it's money or time. Money for you to join the right group, or time to organize your own meetings, to prepare your group. It will also take longer for you to see the results because you're building relationships. You also need to have some time for the feedback, to make the adjustments. But when it comes to the ease of reaching your goals, collaboration will remove many of the obstacles that you would face if you try to do it alone. So by collaborating, you benefit from the skills, the perspectives, the experiences of other people who have already faced, who have already solved the problems you're dealing with right now, instead of wasting energy trying to figure out everything by yourself. You're using proven solutions, right? This makes the process more smooth, will remove many of the costs you'd have with difficulties, with problems ahead, because you have people guiding you with practical advice. You will avoid unnecessary complications. Collaboration also gives you access to more resources. It is a cost that you pay more initially, but the payoff is huge. The group together will be sharing many tools, connections, knowledge. All these are things you can multiply. When you have these resources, it's going to make it much easier rather than doing it alone, because now you have a team. You can leverage everybody's network, their expertise, their solutions, their tools, even opportunities. There's also specialization. When you collaborate, you don't need to master every single skill. Each person contributes with their own strengths. They allow you to focus on what you do best, and this division of labor will speed up the progress without you having to do everything. Of course, it's a process that will take a little bit of time, but it's easier than trying to do everything by yourself. Feedback is also another important element of this collaboration. When you're working alone, you have no idea what you're doing. It keeps you guessing if your approach is right. But this collaboration will allow you to receive feedback, and that feedback will help you to make adjustments before it's too late. And this kind of guidance makes the path more clear, even if it's a journey that might take more time. Now, in the end, collaboration might not always be the fastest or the cheapest route, but certainly it is the easiest, because you're avoiding unnecessary struggles. You gain access to more resources, You know how to move forward. The effort that you put in front, whether it is joining an existing group or creating your own group, will pay off later with more smooth, more effective results. If you want to build your own group, go for it. It is definitely worth the time to do it. If you're interested to join a group that we have here, let me show you how it works. We have a closed group. It is invite only. It's not something that you can just say, I want to join. How much can I pay? No, you have to have an invitation. One of the conditions for this invitation to be received, you must finish one of our online trainings. So this is not being advertised to the general public. Only our clients know about the existence. We do this, why? To make sure that only people who already know the philosophy, the work we do in Arata Academy could be inside of the group. This is very important, so we keep the right culture, only for the right people. So if you're interested, what can you do? First of all, make sure you complete one of our trainings. For example, you can go to arata.se/planning your life. And this, not only the training itself will be very valuable on its own, but will also make you eligible for future group invitations when we have new spots being opened. Working together is smarter, it's better. You gain more resources, you learn faster, you achieve better outcomes of higher quality. Collaboration will give you the leverage that you need to make real progress and reach your goals more effectively than if you would try to do everything on your own. If you want to be part of a collaborative group with me, make sure to be in our client list, and you can enroll right now visiting the link arata.se/planning your life.